You move with certainty when you drop your content and your offers because you deeply believe in your work. But you waver when it's been 2 days and there has been no inquiries, no DMs, no email responses back. Now, instead of moving in faith, you pull back. You start to wonder, am I selling this wrong? Are people annoyed? Or should I launch something totally different? Or do I need to add another bonus in order to get people to get moving again? But here is what I want you to hear today. It's not that you're inconsistent. It's actually that you're unclear. Not because you're disobedient, but because you've been building from templates instead of truth. In this episode, I want to talk to you about the real reason your strategy isn't working. I am also going to walk you through the internal shifts that I had to make and the 3 clarity anchors that I now teach in my framework so that your content begins to do the heavy lifting for you and actually carry spiritual weight. You weren't called to blend in. You were called to set the standard. Welcome to Legendary Influence, the podcast for faith-driven entrepreneurs who are ready to stop chasing visibility and to start commanding authority, demand, and legacy-level impact. If you're ready to position yourself as the only choice, let's dive in. Great day, Powerhouse. I hope this episode finds you well and that all is well in your world. Welcome back to another episode of A Legendary Influence, where here faith meets strategy, simply because kingdom entrepreneurs are not meant to blend in. No, ma'am. Okay. You are called to stand out and to lead. Today, I want to come for the woman. I want to come for the woman who is quietly spiraling. You're disciplined, you're consistent, you've done everything right, but you still find yourself wondering, is this even working? And here is the truth that I know about you. You're not lazy, you're not flaky, you're definitely not unqualified. You are simply just building from logic instead of revelation. Up to this point, you've been building from strategy, but you haven't learned how to build from spiritual clarity. You are educated, you have been educated, and yet you haven't yet embodied the message. And that's the gap. This is the part that no Canva template or an algorithm hack can actually fill. So I want to break this down and really discuss why strategy alone isn't enough. And it is because strategy tells you what to do, but clarity tells you who you are while you're doing it. And without clarity, your content might be on point. Your messaging may be polished, yet it won't actually be powerful and resonate with your people how it needs to. It may even look on brand, but the thing is that it won't carry presence. And that is the thing that you're after. Because without presence, your voice simply becomes another motivational post in the feed, when in fact, it is actually designed to shift atmospheres. So I definitely want to walk you through the framework that I teach inside of Legendary Influence. This is truly a process that realigns your voice with your mental. And in this hour, we need both. Inside of Legendary Influence, I teach a framework called the Clarity Code, and they are 3 anchors to help you reposition your voice. Now, these 3 anchors are to help you shift from doing to being, to becoming. And this is the space in which you begin to truly sit on your seat of authority. For anchor number 1, I want you to hear me by the Spirit. Anchor number 1 is revelation over repetition. Now, you don't need another how-to. The Lord knows you have plenty. You've attended plenty of everything, okay? You need to go back to the burden that God gave you. What truth did He assign you to carry? Where have you been watering it down in order to be more palatable? What's really interesting is that lately I was actually talking to my husband about the fact that, like, I'm over and I'm done with like chasing algorithm tricks, tips, and hacks. Like, I'm done with people telling me, telling you, what you need to do. Before you post, you need to make sure that you engage 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after. And, make sure after you post, go to the next account, go to an account that's bigger than yours and, go through their comments and up. I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. And I am in a space and time in which I truly believe that God did not assign us to be playing these games. Okay. And honestly, right now, my account is actually like, this YouTube channel is truly a testament to that, okay? For the simple fact that I don't have any gimmicky thumbnails. I don't have any gimmicky titles. I'm not playing on prophetic words and things like that. Simply because I'm not saying that people who do this don't, okay? But I fear God, okay? I fear God. And I also just desire to be a woman in integrity. My God. The thing is that too many of us are in this to get. We're in it to get, which is a lot of the reason why when things aren't happening as quickly as you would like, it's the reason why you're not staying in the game, okay? And it's simply because you need to check your motives. You need to go back to the secret place, ask the Lord to search your heart, ask Holy Spirit to search out your inward parts, to purge your motives, to purify your heart, to purify your motives, because without it, you won't last. Without it, you will continue to crumble every time a video doesn't go viral. Every time you put out an offer and literally no one talks back to you. In this season, you have to be a woman that is rooted in the assignment of the Most High God for your life, okay? And so because your content is rooted in revelation, right, your message no longer mimics. It sounds more and more like you, truly the message that you're meant to carry. And what's so important about this is that you hear me talk about all the time. And of course, I go into so much detail about this in Legendary Influence, but I talk about your metron, your sphere of influence, which is discussed in 2 Corinthians. And the thing about your metron is that it is your sphere of influence. But the thing about your sphere of influence is that you must actually be real. God will not bless a second-rate version of the woman that you need to be. He's not going to do it. He won't do it until you are fully embodied, until you are actually truly walking the path of embodiment, of actually being, okay? And so again, when your message no longer mimics, it then begins to move. Anchor number 2, identity over industry. Girl, sis, in this hour, your niche did not call you. God did, okay? And clarity, it comes when your content reflects your mental, not just your market. You were so much bigger than your market. So here, you want to begin to ask yourself, okay, who are you when you're not performing for an algorithm? Who are you? Who are you being behind the scenes? Behind the scenes, are you sobbing? Are you sobbing behind the scenes in a puddle, singing your shoulda, coulda, wouldas, huh? Or are you a woman who chooses to, okay, you know what? I feel this. No, it does not hurt. I will allow myself to cry today, but tomorrow I am back standing on business. And that's truly the resolve that you have to make, okay? Also, this is a space where you have to ask, okay, what do you really want to say? What is it that God is actually calling you to say, but you've actually been too scared to post it? In this season, okay, I don't know if you have noticed, okay, when I read my Bible tells me, my Bible reveals to me, okay, that there were no cowards. You either suited up and booted up or got moved out the way. And this is the same with God. God is calling us to get suited up and booted up, okay? To no longer allow self-doubt and imposter feelings to talk us off our square. To no longer allow the enemy to talk us off our square. And we're going to say what thus said the Lord, just like Ezekiel, we're setting our faces like a flint. We're saying what thus said the Lord, and we're not caring. You can like it or not, right? But the truth is that the people that are called to your sphere of influence, honey, they will eat it up. Why? Because they're your people. So remember, clarity activates when your voice actually reflects your spiritual assignment, not your content calendar. And finally, anchor number 3, which is embodiment over execution. Here's what I mean. You don't need a new template. You don't need a new framework. You don't need a new methodology, okay? You need to become the message, because when you post from embodiment, your content carries presence. It carries weight and not pressure. This is how you stop posting just to fill up space and you start to create from spiritual movement. So here is what happens when you lock in to these anchors. You're no longer scrambling for content. Nope. Simply because you are actually releasing what's already in you. You're so filled up that you literally, what we receive from you is just overflow. It just flows out of you. The second shift is that you stop second guessing your offers because you know that you are positioned for demand. And last but certainly not least, when you begin to shift into these anchors, while your engagement might not spike overnight, right? Your spiritual authority, that's a different story, because that actually begins to take root. And clarity is truly what separates an influencer, which, let's be honest, everybody is an influencer. You don't want to just be an influencer. You actually want to be a woman who is a movement maker. You want to be a woman who is an industry disruptor. And when you do these things, that's who you become, because you were never called to play small in a feed. You were never called to play small in an algorithm. You weren't meant to chase these things. You were meant to take authority and to have dominion. So, powerhouse, if this episode stirred something within you and you are ready to go deeper and not just to, for a better post, right? Not just so you can sell more, but actually become the woman that you were always meant to reflect, I actually want to invite you to my free power class that I'm hosting live next Wednesday. I'm so excited about it. Okay. It's all about being refined and not rejected, and truly how to reclaim your voice when it actually feels personal. Okay. And this is something that is really true, near and dear to my heart, because this is something that I've walked out for myself. Okay. So inside this class, we're actually talking about the spiritual assignment behind the silence. Okay. We're also going to be discussing why this isn't a setback and how it's actually spiritual weight training, and also how you can lead with presence and not from feedback. And again, it's free. It's live. I truly want to connect with you all. I'm actually hosting it within my community space. So it's definitely private and it's just for us. It's just for us girlies, just for us guy girlies. And I really want to see you all and speak to you all. And truly, I want to invite you into this room before you actually shrink again. Because here's the thing. We're not building brands just to blend in like skin tone concealer. No, ma'am. Here we are building movements that carry the glory of God, movements that shift culture, movements that don't just receive applause, but actually have authority in the marketplace. If you feel the call, I want you to join us. Let's build together. Powerhouse, I appreciate your time today. If you are listening via the audio platforms, please be sure to rate and review the show. Also, feel free to send me a DM over on Instagram at We Are Arise Co, so we can chit chat about all of this. Also, if you were watching via the YouTube channel, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love for you to share your thoughts with me. Also, I am so excited. At this point, we just hit 96 subscribers, which is so crazy because I was just at like 76. Like, what's really crazy is like since we hit 50, it's been like doop, 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 doop. And I'm so grateful to God. For real, all glory to God. I plan to do a giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And I really want to invite you into this journey with me, because as of now, I am truly sharing things with you that present learnings. Okay. I have been in the game for quite some time, nearly a decade at this point. There is so much that I've learned. I've done it, started with God and then ended not doing it with God. And this go around, I'm doing it fully with God. I'm fully committed to doing it with God. And honestly, if what I have gone through, if I can help anyone, I want to share that with you. And so I appreciate you for even listening, for watching every week, for even commenting. You ladies are so beautiful. And I truly, honestly, I actually kind of want to cry, because I remember being in a space where I would tell my husband, like, I just want people to talk back to me. I just wish I could know what people thought. And actually to be in a space where I'm beginning to see what you all think, how you all are feeling. I'm actually been able to truly interact with you all. And I really cannot express how grateful I am for you and for your time. So as always, I am wishing you Godspeed as you pursue, dominate, and thrive in the plan and purpose of God for your life. Bye for now.